Catholicsplaining. Prepare yourself. You're about to be Catholicsplained. What are we Catholicsplaining today? The wheat and the weeds. That's the gospel reading for this Sunday, the 16th Sunday of Ordinary Time. It's from Matthew 13:24. This has been so relevant to what we are experiencing today. This whole concept of the wheat and the weeds. People outside the church and even people inside the church, including myself, I think, forget that Jesus told us what was going to happen, what the church was going to be like, what it was going to be like inside the church. And what is that? Wheat with weeds. And he tells us how to deal with it and tells us what the happy ending will be. The parable starts. The kingdom of heaven may be likened to a man who sowed good seed in his field. While everyone was asleep, his enemy came. We all know who the enemy is. The enemy is Satan. His enemy came and sowed weeds all throughout the wheat and then went off. So that he's telling us there's good seed and there's wheat. But the enemy, Satan, comes in and plants weeds. When the crop grew and bore fruit, the weeds appeared as well. The slaves of the householder came to him and said, "Master, did you not sow good seed in your field? Where have the weeds come from?" He answered, "An enemy has done this." Listen to what Jesus is telling us. An enemy has done this. His slave said to him, "Do you want us to go and pull them up?" He replied, "No. If you pull up the weeds, you might uproot the wheat along with them. Let them grow together until harvest. Then at harvest time, I will say to the harvesters, 'First, collect the weeds and tie them in bundles for burning, but gather the wheat into my barn.'" So what is Jesus telling us? You are going to be having weeds, enemies in the church, even to the highest part of the hierarchy. Enemies. And what does Jesus say he's doing? He is allowing them to grow up alongside the wheat. But he says that justice will be coming. They will be gathered up and they will be put into bundles for burning. They are going to hell, to eternal damnation. He never says here, because there are weeds, you've got to get out of the kingdom. No. The priest in his homily, he said, for us, what is this to us? He said, we have to let God be God. And we have to let us be us. He said that you can go online and you can be upset and you can be mad and you can even sin, getting mad about these weeds and being so focused on the weeds that you forget that you are called to be wheat and perhaps even become wheat, by going to confession, that we are supposed to look after our own souls. This mirrors a little bit what Cardinal Burke had told me personally when I was talking about a situation. He talked about my specific vocation and what I was doing with my life and what I felt like God was calling me to do. And he was like, okay, God is calling up lawyers to deal with this situation. God is calling you to be the best teacher you can be and teach these children beautiful music. That doesn't mean that if we are perhaps faced with evil, that we don't face it when we need to. But to become obsessed with it and to be outside of our vocation, that will not lead us to peace. We cannot be so obsessed with the weeds that we forget the wheat. That includes our own souls, but also when you look at the weeds, how should we respond to them? We should pray for them. We should pray for protection for the church. We need to pray things like the St. Michael the Archangel prayer. We need to pray to our guardian angels, not sit around and be unduly obsessed. As usual, Jesus then explains the parable. Jesus said, "He who sows good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, the good seed the children of the kingdom. The weeds are the children of the evil one, and the enemy who sows them is the devil." So make no doubt, when you see the weeds, this is from the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are angels. Just as weeds are collected and burned up with fire, so will it be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will collect out of his kingdom all who cause others to sin. Check this out. Out of his kingdom, he will collect out those who cause others to sin and all evildoers. They will throw them into the fiery furnace where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Whoever has ears ought to hear. That should be something that is a cause of concern, but also should be a cause for comfort. May God bless you, and always, always remember to be the King's good servant, but God's first.